And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Crypto Hulk Show. We got a lot of huge news going on. I mean, this is great. Like every day, I'm just seeing tremendous progress with cryptocurrencies. Compared it to 3-4 months ago, nowadays, like this is totally different. Like I never would have thought. Like every AM show or PM show, there's just always something huge going on now. They're getting all set up. We're going to get into Meta. We're going to start talking about Meta first, Facebook and all that. They're jumping it. Meta's jumping into stablecoins. Meta will run on stablecoins, which is crypto. Meta will run on crypto. Let's just use another word for stablecoins. What it is cryptocurrency. So we're going to talk about that one first. Let me get into finding out who were the first five because that seems to disappear real quick. First five, Valley Joe, he was first. Fun Nessa, Doss Man, IBEW Dan, and then Scrim de la Creme. Those are the first five. And let's look here. Let me start off with a disclaimer because I got to get this show going. There's a good amount of stuff to go over. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financing. Every show I've made is completely fake. Under the influence of drugs at every single show you could imagine. Any kind of financial advice you think you got on any kind of episode, show, whatever it is, I was super fucking high. So I just wanted to put that out there as a disclaimer. There's that. Now, let me check my numbers. YT has been really jamming up the channel. And let me see if... Okay, well, no. Yeah, normally how it's been is this channel has generally gotten 1.3 million to 1.4 million views. We're down at 658 million. So what we're going to do is be our own algorithm. So what I'm going to need you to do is this. Especially, look, some people can't donate and stuff. I'd rather have you, if you can't donate, do this for me to help reach other people. One, put a comment in every single top chat. After the show, put some kind of a comment. Save this show to your favorites. So this episode to your favorites. All these things will help this channel. If I got 1,000, 2,000 people doing this, it does amazing stuff. Share this video to your friends, anybody. Share it to your own email. And the reason I say that is not to manipulate any kind of algorithm. It's what you're doing is helping yourself to remind yourself to watch the show later. Okay, it's very important. Lastly, make a playlist of 8 videos and let it play each day while you're working and this and that. Now, what some people do is they want to hit the volume button on YouTube and put it mute. Don't do that because YT knows that you're manipulating an algorithm. They know. So what you do is you go to your keyboard. I mean, don't do this. I mean, just temporarily if you have to answer a phone call. Go to your volume button, turn it off there on the keyboard, not on YouTube, okay? Now, what I'm doing is I'm instructing you, like if a phone call occurs, how to do that. Now, what some people do, now this is wrong, don't do it, is they'll let the videos run for 8 hours, and then they'll push the volume button here down to off, so it's muted. That way, YT doesn't know. Now, don't do that because that's manipulating the algorithm. When the algorithm sees I've got 1, 2, 3,000 people or something playing these videos 8 hours a day, it greatly helps the algorithm of this channel. And whoever the little short fuck is at YT that's fucking with the channel, this is how we kick their ass, okay? So with that, let's get into the show. And that's for show. Let me take a look here. Let's get into this YouTube, this Facebook, getting into stable coins. I want to show you something. This is going to be massive. See, look, stable coins are crypto. All right. I want to let you see all this. Here's a report. Meta, which is Facebook, is considering using stablecoins for cross-border payments, okay? Meta is reportedly considering stablecoins as a way to make cross-border payments. The company is in discussions with crypto firms. I wonder who they're in discussions with. They're in discussions with crypto firms and is likely to use more than one type of stablecoin. Oh, interesting. So this is what we want to focus on, you guys, is tomorrow you're not rich. I know. A lot of you got into crypto and thought that in 2 weeks you'd be rich and going to retire. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. What will happen is you'll watch this program. You'll see right now that all these institutions that we're talking about, Meta is just the next one today. Tomorrow will be another one. This evening, it's nonstop. What is happening now is the word is out that Biden is gone, Gary Gensler is gone, and all these fucking Democrats that were stopping all this innovation are gone. It's now a green light. So now they're getting into it. We're hearing Facebook is in talks with several firms and going to help them with their stable coin. Okay. What happens is this: as stable coins get used, crypto, the platform for crypto gets spread. I want you to understand what's going on. We start off with stable coins. Why? Because stable coins represent a country's money. So, like Bitcoin is designed to replace government money. Bitcoin's going away because you can't back, it's not tokenized. Bitcoin is not tokenized, okay? So what people want is money that's backed with something. That's not Bitcoin. I know this is really, it's a tough pill to swallow. If you're somebody that's a Bitcoin maxi and you're watching the show, oh, dang, and you got millions of dollars in Bitcoin, I know you have a lot to lose, and that's going to be hard. Stephen Morris, thank you very much for that tax-free donation. I'm an FA. I do 6 fat lines. Don't buy gold, silver. Put all your money in meme coins right now. Oh, my gosh. That was great advice. Thank you for that. So what we got going on, I want you to see something here. Let's look at Facebook the last time. Facebook came out with Libra. It was supposed to be a cryptocurrency to replace government money. Then they got jammed up a lot by all the governments in the world. So Facebook changed its name to Meta, and they have something called Diem, D-I-E-M, and that still didn't work. So all the governments in the world shut Facebook down, okay? Their crypto they wanted to have. Facebook essentially got kicked in the ass, hard, really hard. Now Facebook's coming back, and notice they're going to be with stable coins. It just told us here they're working with some firms for stable coins. Why? Because here's the deal. Here's what is happening. People want tokenized money. What is that? Money that's backed with something. Now, eventually, the dollar bill, countries that choose to, America's got to have money backed with gold again. We got to go back to a gold-backed dollar. If I'm holding a dollar bill right now, what is it worth? Like, what is it backed by? Nothing. In 1971, if you had a dollar bill, what was it backed by? Gold. If we take it back to 1933, what was the dollar backed by? Gold. Now, before then, it wasn't backed with anything, okay? So what we got is what we had was a money. See, a dollar is a token. Let's just look at it like that. $100 bill is a token, right? Okay, so the $100 bill is a token. That's what a crypto is. That's a stable coin. It's a token. And that works. Okay. So, what Facebook is going to do now is get into a stable coin. They're probably going to, I'm just letting you know, they're going to create their own. It says, yeah, they're in the works right now to talking with. So, no, they're going to make their own. The first time they got into crypto, they fucked that all up. Now they're going to have to make a stable coin which is backed by something that no government's going to jump on the back. It's going to have to be backed by $1 or some kind of. It's got to be backed by something that's American, whether it's treasury bills, $1, something. It's got to be backed, and that's what I wanted to show you. Is that's where this is all going. Let me check this article here real quick. Meta could, for example, use stable coins to make small payouts to creators in other regions, the report said. So what I think they're going to do is, look, if you're going to be making payments all around the world, maybe some governments are going to require you to pay them in their own currency. So somebody's in Ecuador and they're a Meta contributor of some sort. Meta could give them money, but in Ecuadorian dollars or whatever they use, okay? That's how that's going to have to be. But guess what? They're going to have to use a converter. Like, you mean a Ripple liquidity hub crypto Hulk? Yeah. Or, what more specifically, let's take it back to what no other channel has shown you yet before, only my channel. Let's take it back to Ripple Singapore 2013. Ripple Singapore had wallets. They had a converter where you could convert gold, silver, crypto, money. And then eventually they said they'd be able to do, which they've already done, commodities, securities. So Ripple, the XRP ledger, will be involved in that because the XRP is a bridge currency. So this is where it's going. The use case for stable coins puts it all out of. You're going to need a bridge, aren't you? You're going to need the bridge because somebody may have Circle, but what if you live in Mexico and you want the peso? You're going to have to convert it, aren't you? Yes, you are. So you can go from one stable coin to another. You got to make the governments happy. Circle's backed by $1. So you go to pay some Facebook, Libra, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves this week. Facebook can pay somebody by using Circle in Ecuador, and it runs through a Ripple liquidity hub and it switches. So you got to have a bridge. That's where the XRP comes into bridge. You're not going to use XRP to pay people. XRP is the bridge between two transactions or between a transaction. That's how this goes. The article then goes to talk about Stripe, Fidelity, and everybody's coming up with the use of stable coins. That's what this article is trying to show. It talks about Stripe, Visa, Fidelity, and these different companies. Stable coins is where things are taking off. And that's what you're seeing right now happen to all these institutions. Stable coins are crypto. So as you build out a stablecoin network, you build out a crypto network. Does this make sense? So I don't know 100% of how all this comes together. I know that if you get into the right companies with the right crypto, however it works out, you're going to make out, okay? Let me go to this article here. Okay, the SEC. Here we go. Here's where it all comes together. The United States Securities Exchange Commission. The new SEC chair intends to write rules for crypto. It says here, the new head of the U.S. security regulator plans to modernize SEC rules and forms to better accommodate the registration of new crypto assets. What we got here is the digital asset industry has long sought a way to issue assets within the United States regulation. I believe the commission has broad discretion under the Securities Act to accommodate the crypto industry, and I intend to get it done. What we got here is the brand new SEC commissioner is telling us he's right now switching crypto from being this bad thing to being utilized by the whole trading area. Let me look. He called it the key priority for his tenure to develop a rational regulatory framework for crypto assets that establishes clear rules for the 3 areas of issuance, custody, and trading. This guy right now says this is his number 1 priority is getting cryptocurrency. He's in charge of like all the money. This guy is getting it done. He's letting us know right now, you're not going to be rich tomorrow. You have limited time right now to get into the cryptos that you want. He's telling you what's going to happen. It's just like Trump. They tell you in advance, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. And then one day when it's all ready and done, all this cheap crypto, that's over. You're not getting it for 7 cents anymore. You're looking at maybe $700, okay? Between the lines, issuance includes establishing a way for entities to raise money. Okay, there will be crypto securities. He acknowledges that. And then there's going to be other types of crypto that do different things. So he's not shutting down. What he's not doing is classifying everything as the same. That's a disaster. Gary Gensler was trying to talk about, oh, yeah, all these are crypto security. No, they're not. No, they're not. So he is going to make it very clear. He's going to work with the industry and have clear and sensible guidelines. That's what he's talking about. Encourage the registration of crypto assets by both clarifying exemptions for non-securities and by establishing clear and sensible guidelines for distributions that are securities or subject to an investment contract. They're going to have qualified custodians, so people that are going to hold the crypto legally. Look, there's going to be no more rug pulls. All this stuff goes away. Now, there's good and bad. Like what I'm seeing here, there's good and bad what this guy's discussing. If you're in early, like us, that's good. The prices are cheap. The bad part is over time, the prices are going to skyrocket. You won't be able to get into certain things if you're not considered maybe an accredited investor. Now, maybe if you have enough crypto and it goes up in value, then you will be an accredited investor. So these are just things. I mean, look, you're not going to have cheap crypto prices, all this clarity, all this stuff, because by then it's too late. See how all this works? It's not going to be where a monkey could come into this and get rich. It's not going to be like that. The reason I'm showing you this now is because maybe in 6 months or a year from now, whatever it takes, this is when all it happens. See, right now the crypto's cheap. Why? Because everybody's afraid. That's why it's cheap. Now, when we get to a point where there's all these regulations, the crypto's not cheap, and then you can't get it. See how this works? So right now is your time where the average person's scared to death of buying crypto. They're afraid this and that. Now is your chance. Because once the average dumb schmo says, oh, gee, it looks like crypto prices are starting to go up, I need to buy it. It's all clear. The government okays it. By then, it's too late. So you've got to bust a move now and go to I'm an affiliate for Caleb and Brown. You need to go now and get your crypto, because he's the guy that's running, Paul Atkins, the guy that's running the SEC. When he gets this all worked out, you're priced out. That's just how it works. Well, gee, Crypto Hulk, maybe it's illegal, and I just don't know what to do. And let me tell you something. By the time you figure it out, you're not going to be able to afford it. That's the problem. You see, it's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be easy, kind of like your last girlfriend. It's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be easy and all these things, and then be worth $1 million. No, there's going to be a fight and a struggle. So right now is the time to get. They're telling you, they're coming up with all these laws and consider this a qualified investor. Now, he's showing you all this right now. He's saying, let's take a look. The SEC is looking to create clearer rules, more clear rules for crypto assets, just as Congress is working on new laws. Congress is working on new laws. I'm letting you know something right now. If you don't get this stuff now, it's going to be too late. You have an opportunity. Get a loan, whatever you got to do. Pay it off over 8 months like I did. Or take a year to pay off your crypto. You need to get it while it's 7 cents, 2 cents, 30 cents. Because before you know it, you are priced. When you get comfortable, when the average person gets comfortable enough to buy crypto, it's too late. Your XRP might be at $1,000 for one. Oh shit! Now you can only afford a half an XRP at a time. Dang, you had $500 today. You could have bought 250 XRP. You got $500 today. You can buy 250 XRP at Caleb and Brown. Okay, $500. Guess what? When these regulations come out, you'll be able to buy 1 XRP, maybe a half of an XRP. You go from 250 to a half of 1. I'm just telling you, the same fucking people, the same people that are like, oh, I don't know if I don't know. I just, these same motherfuckers, when Congress makes the laws and XRP's at 1,000, oh man, shit, now it's at $1,000 just for 1 XRP. Oh shit. You know what? You were complaining now, and you're going to complain later because you're a fucking retard. That's why, okay? That's why you're going to be broke, is because you don't think, okay? This is laid out real easy. They're telling you what they're going to do. You think these prices are going to stay like 2 cents for certain of these cryptos? And if you think that, you're fucking high, and that's why you're broke. Paul Atkins says this. He says he doesn't, however, believe the SEC has to wait for Congress to act. See, Trump, look, you got half Democrats and half Republicans in the voting bodies of the House and the Senate, okay? Half and half. The Democrats, we already know, want this country destroyed, and they want to just tax the fuck out of crypto so they can give it to all the homeless, immigrants, illegal immigrants, and shit like that, okay? We know this. So what Trump's got to do is have Atkins get this done at an SEC level. Because if we wait for Congress, it's going to happen like 10 years from now. Because the Democrats are going to wait it out 4 years. You watch. They're going to wait it out 4 years. And then when a Democrat gets president, then bam, they're going to cut loose the crypto, but they're going to tax the fuck out of it like crazy. And make it to where you can't own it. Oh, yeah. I think I saw an article last week. Nancy Pelosi just made $4 million on the stock market. Now, how did she get so good at picking them? Oh. So while they're getting rich, they're trying to shut down crypto for you and me so we can stay poor. And they're going to know which crypto is this. Then they're going to get so rich off. Like, do you see how all this works? So what I'm doing now is showing you what you really got to get going. The SEC says we can do this without Congress. He says we have adequate authority under the securities laws to proceed. There you go with that article. They are, you see, it's the battle. Another thing, crypto health, why is it taking so long for us to be rich? Well, there's a battle in our government. The Democrats want to shut it all down like they did with Gary Gensler and stuff. And they want to shut it all down. And the Republicans, it appears, want to get crypto going. And that's taken so long in Congress that the guy running the SEC is like, fuck it. I think I'm just going to do it on my own. Because you got the Democrats literally shooting down all these crypto bills. Oh, there's not enough protections. I'm just like, wow. They sure do want to protect the illegal aliens that get sent to, that prison in fucking Nicaragua or something, the Tren de Agua stuff. The Democrats sure want to protect that. Okay. Lions Den Dan, the same people that cry about a $2.50 XRP, but have $20 drinks at the bar. STFU. All right, let's go to the next article. Gonna love it. We got Anchorage Digital. Now, this is very interesting. Let me do a copy and a paste. Anchorage Digital is going to acquire Mountain Protocol to acquire what? Institutional adoption of stablecoins. Are you seeing it? Here we go again. So we just got done going over how the SEC is green lighting right now crypto, whether Congress does its job or not. SEC's like, fuck it, we're just going to do it. This article is showing how institutions are jumping into stablecoins, which is crypto. Stablecoins are fueling, listen to this, stablecoins are fueling the next era of global finance with low-cost 24/7 value transfers, expanding access to the financial system. As stablecoin adoption accelerates and United States regulatory clarity takes shape, Anchorage Digital is expanding so institutions can meet the moment. Today, we are excited to announce that Anchorage Digital has signed a definitive agreement to acquire Mountain Protocol, the Bermuda Monetary Authority. Notice how that's coming out of Bermuda. They're trying to hide who's doing this, okay? Anytime, isn't that where like Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX thing came out of Bermuda or something? All the criminals have like these banks in these little tropical countries there. It's truly amazing. Let's continue. The Bermuda Monetary Authority regulated company behind the USDM stablecoin. Oh, the acquisition, which is subject to customary closing conditions, will integrate the Mountain Protocol team technology into Anchorage Digital. So these companies are merging to have stable coins for institutions. Stable coins are becoming the backbone of the digital economy. Oh my God, it's going, everybody. It's starting to go real good. They're getting all set up. With recent regulatory progress and new institutional use case, our long-term vision is clear. Every business will be a stablecoin business. Oh my God. By acquiring Mountain Protocol, we are taking a significant step forward in supporting institutional stablecoin adoption. Institutional stablecoin adoption. Isn't that something? For our stablecoin rewards program, to our roles as a launch partner in the global dollar network, Anchorage Digital has been at the forefront of advancing institutional participation in the stablecoin ecosystem. This acquisition is a leap forward in our long-term strategy. This is very interesting. Now let's take a look. We're going to go down the little let's do a deep dive game. Let me do a copy. I looked up Google AI. I asked it a question. Is Anchorage Digital partnered with any cryptocurrency company? The answer is yes. Anchorage Digital is a digital asset platform and infrastructure provider, has partnered with several companies. Okay, now look, we read the Anchorage. Hey, some of you guys hey, you in the back, wake up. Okay, wake up, back. Quit sleeping. Now that I've bored you terribly to death, I wanted you to see something. I wanted to read the Anchorage article to show you that they don't want to put nothing in there. Okay, that's interesting. They want you bored to tears. They don't want you to deep dive. They don't want you to watch the show. Now I'm going to show you Anchorage Digital, what's really going on. Now the show's going to start glitching. You'll see. It'll start glitching. We haven't had one glitch in what, 30 minutes? 30 minutes, not a single glitch, right? Now it's going to start glitching. Here we go. So Anchorage Digital, who are they working with, Crypto Hulk? Well, number one, BlackRock. Oh, shit. There we go. It's working with BlackRock. Okay, let's see. Crypto Hulk, what does this have to do with cryptocurrency and BlackRock and stuff? Okay, you're brand new. Let me show you right here. Anchorage Digital, the article that probably half of you fell asleep when I was reading it. What is behind Anchorage Digital? BlackRock, the biggest investment company in the entire world. Okay. They're using a company called Ondo. I sent it to you right there. Ondo is a cryptocurrency you should probably strongly consider getting. And they're working with BlackRock because BlackRock tokenized, there we go again, it's tokenization stuff. BlackRock tokenized a fund. They took treasury bills and they took real world assets and put it into a token form. Ondo is helping them with that. That's a crypto. Now, but Ondo can't do it all by itself to help BlackRock. So in order to help BlackRock and Ondo, they bring in a cryptocurrency. So now there's number two crypto we're talking about. It's called Axelar. Something I just recently bought when I got my Crypto Hulk allowance. It's called Axelar, and it's right here. There's the article for that. It's working with Ondo. Now, this leads us into, well, who's helping Axelar get the crypto Axelar? Who's helping that? Answer, XRP. Well, technically Ripple. Ripple's helping Axelar. So now we got three cryptos involved in this. If we look right here, XRP Ledger, Ethereum Virtual Machine Sidechain, interoperability with Axelar Bridge. This is on a Ripple page. So now we got three cryptos working with BlackRock. They're who's behind Anchorage Digital. That's who's behind helping Anchorage Digital is BlackRock, who's utilizing three cryptos right there. Now, what's the name of the next? There's like 8 partners. There are like 8 companies helping Anchorage Digital. We talked about the first one. It involves 3 cryptocurrencies. Let's go to the next partner, PayPal. PayPal's mixed up with Anchorage Digital. Let's see what we can find there, Crypto Hulk. Okay, since you asked, I'll show you. Let me do a copy and a paste. Here's the article. PayPal and Venmo begin offering Visa Plus. So we've got PayPal and Venmo working together, but now we know that PayPal is helping Standard or Anchorage Digital. So we got now we got Visa mixed up in this. So now let's look at the Visa is super XRP friendly. Let's do a copy paste here. Visa spends $200 million. Visa spends $250 million on a business called Earthport, and they have Ripple technology. Visa spends $925 million. Let's do a copy and a paste. We got PayPal, Venmo, Visa, Western Union. All these are mixed up. I showed you all the Ripple connections. If you look on this PayPal article, you'll see Cross River Bank and Pfizer involved in this. Let's look at those connections right there. First one, Cross River Bank. That's a Ripple partner from 2014. This article says, now this is from a Ripple page, ripple.com. Cross River Bank to integrate Ripple, 2014. There's your article right there. Next, in that PayPal article I showed you, it showed Pfizer, didn't it? It showed Cross River Bank and Pfizer, Visa, Western Union, PayPal, Venmo. They're all together working. Here's my CryptoHawk video. Go to the 19-second mark. 19-second mark. What do you see? Ripple Labs meet the team. And down below right there, Pfizer. There you go. There's your evidence right there. I'm going to stop right there, but you've got Global Dollar Network, Cantor Fitzgerald, Angel List. There's like about 8 total companies helping Anchorage Digital. Remember, that article with Anchorage Digital, when everybody fell asleep watching Crypto Hawk, this is how Anchorage does what it does. But in the article, it talks nothing about all these connections, okay? That's why watching the Crypto Hawk channel helps you to see all these connections. Now, I did another YouTube, Google AI. I did a Google AI search, and then I asked this: who helped Anchorage Digital with their custody solution? The answer comes up with BlackRock. Okay, BlackRock's coming up again. It says Anchorage Digital built its own custody solution from the ground up. Oh, I'm sure they had some help. And under partnerships, for example, they partner with Fusion IQ for wealth management and with BlackRock to offer what? Crypto custody services. There you go. So they didn't do this on their own. Now, I had another, I asked Google AI another question. And that question was this. Does BlackRock, because BlackRock is providing custody for Standard Anchorage Digital, right? So they're being real secretive. Anchorage Digital is being very secretive about who's helping them, but it's okay. I'll discover it and figure it out myself. The question I asked was, does BlackRock use Medico, Standard Chartered, or Fireblocks at all for custody of crypto? The answer came up with this. BlackRock has also partnered with Standard Chartered. Oh my God. There you go. That's a Ripple company right there. I'll show you that in here in just a minute. BlackRock's using Standard Chartered through their Aladdin platform. So let's take a look here. Here's Standard Chartered. BlackRock is using them. Robert Driscoll, thank you very much. I like being connected. Thank you, Hulk. So that's what we got here is BlackRock is using Standard Chartered, who's helping Anchorage Digital, who's not telling us what they're doing, so we have to find out on our own. Standard Chartered backed Zodia Custody, right there's custody, joins Ripple-owned Medico. Medico is the name of the Ripple custody. Standard Chartered's using it, and BlackRock is using Standard Chartered. There you go. There's your connection to BlackRock and Ripple. That is the end of that particular article. Let me check the comments real quick and go to the next article. I just want you to see how big this is. I want to show you how the biggest institutions in the world right now are getting all kinds of set up for stable coins. And I'm showing you all the crypto companies I could find. There might be more, but these are just some of them that I could find that are helping BlackRock. There you go. The biggest in the entire world. I'm showing you what crypto companies are helping the biggest organizations in the world. You need to start figuring out, gee, how am I going to get this money to buy these cryptos? Get a loan. All right. Let's go to the next article. Okay, we're going to talk about Hbar. Oh, nice. Hbar is my second biggest holding. Money-wise, I don't have the amount of cryptos, but the amount of money that I have in Hbar is my number 2 crypto. I'm going to show you why. Now, there's an article here. The guy's name is Lehman Baird, B-A-I-R-D, on Hedera's Technical Gambit. And what we got going on here is the co-founder of Hedera, a speaker at Consensus 2025, says today's technological advances will make the Industrial Revolution look minor in comparison. Lehman Baird's first published his work on Hashgraph Consensus in 2016, positioning it as an alternative to traditional blockchain architectures. With a background in computer science and a career spanning both academia, meaning he taught in colleges, and the industry, Baird co-founded Hedera to commercialize the technology. They get into some stuff here. Let me scroll down. Baird's a speaker at Consensus 2025. He says, I love computer science and the math side of it, inventing things and solving problems. He looks at what are we really trying to accomplish, and then you build on that and solve that problem. He says, Bitcoin is cool, but it's slow and not as secure as it could be with the asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance. It burns a lot of energy and isn't as flexible as we might want. He's talking about Bitcoin is going to end up dumping carbon into the atmosphere. This is interesting. He's like, I started working on this in 2012 as one of many math problems I was exploring. Initially, I was convinced that it couldn't be done. I picked up the problem, play with it, and convinced myself it was impossible over and over again. But in 2015, that's when the Ripple settlement occurred, by the way. In 2015, I realized that by throwing in 2 hashes, suddenly it all falls into place. You can have ultimate speed, essentially at the speed of the internet. Oh, wow. While having ultimate security with the asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance and its proof of stake so you don't waste electricity. He just showed you right here, he just replaced Bitcoin. From a business perspective, the question was, what is the right way to govern this? With Hedera, we started differently. We made governance decentralized from the very beginning. Now, I want you to see the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now, with Bitcoin, there's like maybe 3 or 5 people that run Bitcoin. There might be a guy that owns a $10 million Bitcoin warehouse. How it's set up is a mining pool. There's one person in charge of it. Bitcoin's got like 3, 4, 5 people controlling Bitcoin. What Hedera is trying to show is they have a group of businesses that control Hedera. It's not one person. It's like 30 businesses or something like that. Listen to what impressed me about Hedera. He says, we started differently. We made governance decentralized from the very beginning. He's claiming Bitcoin is centralized because, again, there's 3, 4, 5 people running shit, okay? At Hedera, we brought in some of the biggest organizations in the world, top universities and businesses spread globally that people trust and have respect. So at Hedera, they have global corporations all around the world that are a part of that blockchain. It's not just American business. It's everybody around the world. And they work together. They interact together. See, Bitcoin doesn't have that. And I'll tell you what, I don't know of any other crypto that has anything like this whatsoever. Okay, this is truly, I like it, me personally, because you got people all around the world a part of this blockchain. It's not just like Vitalik Buterin, some skanky ass looking drug addict or something like that. This is 35 corporations or 25 corporations running this blockchain. Hedera is working with NVIDIA in this paragraph right here. NVIDIA. They're part, who's NVIDIA? Like the biggest chip maker in the world. Bitcoin's not doing that. Ethereum's not doing that. Pepe's not doing that. Nobody's doing that. I'm going to click out of this article. It's a good size article, but I got to keep going. I'm going to show you right now from the Hedera website. I'm going to show you right now who's a part of Hedera. Let's look. Aberdeen. We've gone over Aberdeen a lot on my channel. Chainlink. Oh, what, Crypto Hulk? Chainlink is a partner of Hedera. Deutsche Telekom, Hitachi, Nomura Ripple partner, Swirls, WorldPay, Ripple partner, and part of the world's biggest payments clearing center, which is called Fidelity. So WorldPay is a Ripple partner. Australian Payments Plus, Kafra, DLA Piper, IBM. They have Hyperledger, which Stellar is a part of that. Tata Communications, Dell Computer, Shinham Bank, Ripple Partner, Ubisoft, BitGo, Denton's, Google is a part, LG, Nairobi Securities Exchange, Standard Bank, and Wipro. These are all the partners all around the world for Hbar. That'll do it for that article there. I'd highly suggest you look into Hbar. I could talk about that all day. Hbar is awesome. I mean, what is the potential amount Hbar could be worth? I haven't looked at the numbers. I just know I'm going to get rich off it. I don't have a number I could give. I haven't studied that at all. Let's go to the next article. Right here, Canada is lying. So we're going to catch Canada in a lie. Let me do a copy and a paste. Now, it starts with Ghana. Now, in Ghana, they have an interoperable payment system. I just want you to be aware of that. When the former vice president, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia, launched Ghana's innovative instant payment system, mobile money interoperability. Oh, it's some kind of an interoperable money system, huh, for payments? Gee, I wonder what that could be. Ghana marked a groundbreaking moment on the African continent and one of the first of its kind in the world. Now, let's think about this. Hold on now. Stop, Cryptoholic. How is a country in Africa one of the first in the world to have an interoperable payments platform when we don't even know about like that in the United States? You see how I got to set off the bullshit meter.
Attention, the bullshit meter has detected major BS. Confirmed, that's definitely some bullshit.
Okay. There is no fucking way. when you got all the crypto innovation coming out of MIT and Stanford University and all these tech companies all around Stanford in the United States, and yet out of Ghana comes one of the first of in the world payment system. Come on now, man. That is so fucking stupid. 7 years ago, good heavens, Ghana's landmark interoperable payment system, which enables seamless transactions between all mobile money wallets. Really? Wait, hold on. Stop. I've already set off the bullshit meter. I'm getting ready to maybe do it again. If you force me. You've got this country in Africa 7 years ago who has one of the first in the world interoperable payment systems. Come on, man. Now, listen. Now, here's the other part of the bullshit. 1, 2, 3, fourth paragraph. For years, Canadian fintechs have urged Payments Canada to accelerate the long-delayed real-time rail instant payment system. This system will deliver the kind of instant and seamless payments that Ghanaians have enjoyed for the past 7 years. Canada is now announcing they're going to work on an accelerated real-time payment system. Okay, I got to do it.
Bullshit! 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 That's bullshit.
Okay. So let me try to get this straight. You got this continent of Africa where everybody's broke. Out of Africa 7 years ago, Ghana has this one-of-a-kind payment system that's all kinds of interoperable. Meanwhile, in the United States is where all this stuff gets invented. All of a sudden now, Canada says, yeah, we're going to have something like Ghana. And they wait all this time. Okay. Well, let's take a look here. Time for the evidence. Okay, I've shown you the bullshit story. Now I'm going to show you what's really happening. Eric Goldsmith, member for 26 months. Things are popping. News is rocking. Pay close attention to the Hulkster's lies. Thank you, everyone. Wait, thank you for everything, Hammer Hulkster. Okay, so we go to this article here. It has Ripple. It has Gisek and Devrent. What the hell happened to mine? It has Gisek and Devrent in it and MasterCard. This is a whole lot of stuff to unload. Okay. You know Ripple's Medico? They bought it from a German company. So that's why G&D is there. And you got MasterCard. MasterCard's a Ripple partner. Let me show you this right here. Eric Goldsmith, thank you very much. So there's your article there. It says MasterCard partners with Ripple. Swipe your debit card to use XRP. So there's your evidence for that. Here's your Gisek and Devrent evidence right here. Let me do a copy and a paste. This one, you're going to have to see. It's massive. You know how Ripple has something called Ripple Custody? Well, they got it from right here. This is Gisek and Devrent. It's been a tech company for banks since 1852. Like 160 years or something, 180 years or something, right? 1852, this has been around. Gisek and Devrent. They are a German international security technology company, and they work mainly in currency. Currency is government money, okay? So since 1852, G&D has been basically building the banks of the world's money. Now, if we scroll down, you see history where it says history, post-war period. It says expansion. Then it says suspension of business with Zimbabwe. And lastly, it shows expansion of business activities and restructuring. Let's go to the year 2020. Gisek and Devrent acquired stakes in a crypto company called Medico. Oh, damn. So they basically in 2020 took it over, Medico. That's Ripple right there. Medico is Ripple. Now we go back to the article that shows you Ripple, G&D. So I just showed you the Wikipedia page of G&D. You got look, this gets huge really quick, okay? We go from learning about Ghana, the article with Ghana that shows us nothing at all, except Canada wants in, which I had to hit the bullshit meter the second time there. But now, why are you showing this article here, Crypto Hulk? Because if we go down to the fifth paragraph, you'll see the Ghana. Ghana is right there. CBDC pilot for Ghana. G&D, it talks about Germany's Gisek and Devrent. That's the company that sold Ripple Medico for crypto custody. They're working with Ghana. See where this tie-in comes into Ripple? MasterCard showed up in here. Ripple showed up in here. So now we got these companies all mixed in. Consensus, Hyperion, Idemia, Fireblocks, All these fluencies mixed in, all these companies are mixed in, and you got Ghana right there. This is why I had to hit the BS meter, is because Ghana didn't do this by themselves. They had Ripple, G&D, MasterCard, then they had Consensus, Consult, Hyperion, Idemia, Fireblocks, Fluency. Like, I don't know what, 8 companies, 8 major global organizations. One of them's been around since 1850 something. That's how Ghana got this shit done 7 years ago. Notice what they do. And I've been telling you this to follow this, and you'll see that I'm right. You go after the poor, broke countries all around the world first. Catch them up, right? You got to catch them all up. Then you do what Canada's doing. Oh, looks like we got to get with this cryptocurrency thing. They make it look like, so what do you do? I've been telling you this for 5 years. You hook up the slow pokes, right? You hook up the slow poke companies. And then the big companies get hooked up right at the end. But they're already hooked up. They're just waiting. They make it look like they're getting hooked up. That's why I wanted to show you. This little Ghana article goes from being a nothing burger to like mixed up with 8 of the biggest fintech bank companies in the entire world. Oh my God. That G&D company, just second to rent, they hook up all the banks in the world. They provide bank security for all the banks in the entire world. This is fucking huge. And then who do we got there? Fireblocks. My Caleb and Brown utilizes Fireblocks for custody. Notice how they're right in there too. See, that's why I have Caleb and Brown, because their custody solution is Fireblocks. I'm showing you right in the article. The just second div rent from like 1853, they're a banking business. Who are they working with? Fireblocks. Idemia does, I think, ID card stuff all around the world. You got Fireblocks mixed up in all of this. Plus, you got Ripple. So Ripple has their custody. But the important thing is, the reason I'm putting 75% of my crypto in Fireblocks is because right there, I'm trying to be right in there with Fireblocks. I'm not trying to be on some hardware wallet all by myself somewhere. I want my crypto next to Consensus, Fireblocks, Fluency, just second div rent, MasterCard. I want to be in there with the top businesses in the entire world. I want my crypto in with the top crypto businesses and banks in the world. So there's your Ghana article showing it's not Ghana. Now, Canada. Let's look at Canada here. I got to hit the bullshit meter again. Hold on.
You gotta be kidding me. That's 3 gallons of bullshit in a 2-gallon bucket.
Okay. Canada claims, oh, we're going to get this crypto thing going, right? Okay, let's look at the evidence. This is the last article here. Okay, I sent you a video I made. Go to the 1 second mark. It's called the International Ripple Business Association. This is an organization that started about 2013. If you go to the 6 second mark on the video, you'll notice that this is a 2015 screenshot. It actually started, I think, in 2014, but I'm just showing you that this is really 2015, this particular page. Now, if we go up to the 12 second mark, what is the IRBA? It's a gateway to the on and off ramps to Ripple, okay? Gateways are the on-ramps to the Ripple network. They give users the ability to move assets like what, Crypto Hulk? Fiat, cryptocurrency, gold, silver. See what I'm talking about? Ripple already had all this done 11 years ago. You won't hear that at like any kind of Ripple Las Vegas, any kind of thing like that. You won't hear that there. But I'm showing you right now, all this stuff was figured out 10, 11 years ago. Here's your evidence right here. Now let's look. Oh, well, look right there. By Jove, it's Canada. We've got Japan, Korea, Canada. Mexico, and Europe right there. Now, by the way, you see the word Canada? See that right there? It says Bluezell, Bluezell. That's a crypto I told Crypto Hulk fans to buy about 2 months ago. You might want to look into Bluezell. You can buy it on different, I think actually Caleb Brown has Bluezell. You might want to look at buying that on Caleb Brown. That's a original International Ripple Business Association partner, Bluezell. No other channel's showing you this before except me. Right here, Canada, Bluezell Crypto, early Ripple partner. They deal with copyright stuff for like artists, musicians, and all that kind of thing. You heard it here first on Crypto Hulk. No other channel. These other channels got shit for brains. Bluezell. So there's your evidence right there, Canada. Canada's already been hooked up with crypto. Oh, by the way, the Royal Bank of Canada was a Ripple partner, I think, back in 2016. Only 9 years ago. Not a big deal. Let's take a look at the article. Global banks partner to form a blockchain payment network. Ripple joins Bank of America. This is 2016. Ripple, now this news source is CoinDesk. Very, very, very reliable. Ripple joins Bank of America, Santander, and what? The Royal Bank of Canada. What? That's in 2016. To more and more to build a global blockchain steering group. Look, everybody, they've joined forces. They're using blockchain payment network, Ripple's distributed ledger technology. You got UniCredit involved, Westpac, Standard Chartered, all this. They were all into this 9 years ago. It don't take no 9 years to come up with a crypto network. Not when you're working with Ripple. That's not going to take 9 years, okay? That shit probably took 1 to 2 years at the most. So Canada, that's why the bullshit meter had to go off. Let me check the comment section. I think we're done with the show. Scrim de la Creme says, been on the road driving. Bluezell is interesting crypto, definitely undervalued. Where can you buy Bluezell? Caleb and Brown. You can also buy Axelar. That's AXL at Caleb and Brown. I just recently got that. I would only buy my crypto if I'm going to buy it. If I'm not going to keep money in my hardware wallet, it's Caleb and Brown. Because I just showed you. When you go to Caleb and Brown, let's say something bad happens in the world or whatever, okay? Let's talk about Coinbase and Uphold. You're considered an account holder. That's HOLDER. Now, at Caleb Brown, legally, I'm an account owner. That's OWNER, okay? There's a big difference. Here's the thing. You go to a Coinbase, you go to an Uphold or some of these others, you buy crypto, and one day it's worth $1 million, right? But something happens to that exchange. You don't get paid. You know why? Because you're not the account owner. Oh, what? Yeah. You'll find that out when you get wrecked. Now, at Caleb Brown, they don't trade my crypto. They don't loan it out. They don't stake it. They don't do anything. Where's my crypto at Caleb Brown? It's locked up in Fireblocks custody. That's where it's at. If you have an account, if you go buy something like some people are saying, oh, they have it at Coinbase. You're an account holder. You're not covered, dude. You're fucking wrecked. Your cheeks are going to get clapped. Okay, I'm just letting you know in advance. So, why? Because you're an account holder. Coinbase can loan, lease, trade, and everything. Your crypto at Caleb Brown, it's locked up with Fireblocks, where 1,800 global banks and institutions. It's not like that at Coinbase. It's not like that at Uphold. You're an account holder over there. At Caleb Brown, I'm the account owner. I own that account, not Caleb and Brown. There you go. Cryptoholics back again. YT shut the program off. It's almost like right when we start talking about Caleb Brown or whatever, hardcore, they start shutting off the program. We're like an hour and 10 minutes into the show. I start talking about CMB and they shut it off. Very interesting. That's what I'm saying. So with Caleb Brown, your assets are locked up in Fireblocks custody solution, along with 1,800 global banks and financial institutions, including BlackRock, Bank of New York Mellon, Sony, you name it, Deribit, the world's biggest derivatives exchange, utilizes Fireblocks. Like, I'm not trying to buy a crypto on a Coinbase or an Uphold and have millions of dollars one day, and then some kind of shit happens and they lose it, or there's a hack, and then Coinbase or Uphold's like, well, yeah, sorry, you're only an account holder, so legally we don't have to pay you back. We got to pay back our creditors first, which means you're not getting your money. That's going to be a bad day for you when you decided, yeah, I'm going to go to Coinbase or Uphold and buy something, and then you get fucking you get cheek raped, okay? And meanwhile, the rest of us are over here at Caleb Brown not tripping. When all the shit goes bad, we're not tripping because we're account owners, and our shit is locked up. It's not being loaned, leased, lent, staked, nothing. Our crypto is 100% locked up in Fireblocks custody with Caleb Brown. That's what I'm talking about. And if I ever have any kind of issue, I call him up on the phone. As long as I call during Australian time, I'm always talking to my broker. If I send him an email, I'm telling you what, in about 2 to 5 minutes, if you put in a sell order and you email it to your broker, 2 to 5 minutes, that shit is done. It's that fast. They don't even have to be at work, 24 hours a day. You email your broker on Caleb and Brown, and whatever you tell them in 2 to 5 minutes, it is done. If you have a problem at Coinbase and Uphold and crypto.com, try calling them up. That shit ain't going to work. You know you're not getting a hold of anybody. And when you do, it might be like 3, 4, 5 days later. Well, by then, the bull run's over. You just missed out. You couldn't buy because your account was frozen for 3 days. You're fucking done. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sucks being you. Green Touch Enterprise. Great show. Really appreciate the deep dives. Thank you very much for that tax-free. Lions Den Dan says, also, who you going to call it, Uphold or Coinbase? I'm telling you. That's why I'm with Caleb and Brown. Yep, Canada, you're not allowed to. Canada is a communist country, and they don't want you to come up. Just like the state of New York is communist, and they don't want you to have anything. Along with the United Kingdom as well. So there you go with that. This show's over. I will try to see you on the PM. Somewhere between 5, you know what? I don't know, 4 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, somewhere in that time frame. Keep a lookout. I got to see what my schedule is today, but if I could find the news, you guys got a program. I'll see you in my next live stream.